Let's start with REST, because this is the API most people encounter first. REST APIs follow a request and response model. The client asks for something, the server processes the request, and then sends back a response. When you open a shopping app and see a list of products, a REST API is fetching that data. When you place an order, another REST API creates it on the server. REST works over HTTP, uses simple actions, and is easy to understand, which is why it dominates web and mobile applications. Next is GraphQL, which solves a problem REST often creates. With REST, you may receive more data than you actually need. GraphQL allows the client to request only the exact fields it wants. Imagine ordering food and asking only for rice and curry, not the entire meal combo. GraphQL is widely used in modern front-end applications where screens are complex and performance matters, such as social media platforms. Now let's talk about SOAP. SOAP is a highly structured and strict API protocol. Every request must follow a predefined format, usually written in XML. This makes SOAP harder to work with but extremely reliable. That's why SOAP is still used in banks, insurance systems, and government services where security, validation, and consistency are more important than flexibility. Webhooks work very differently from most APIs. Instead of your application constantly asking the server if something happened, webhooks allow the server to notify your system automatically. It's like telling someone, "Call me when the payment is done." Webhooks are commonly used for payment confirmations, order updates, and CI/CD pipelines because they enable real-time reactions without constant polling. WebSockets enable real-time, two-way communication between the client and server. Once a connection is established, both sides can send data at any time. This is essential for applications like chat systems, live trading platforms, multiplayer games, or collaborative tools where instant updates are required. gRPC is a modern, high-performance API framework designed for speed and efficiency. Unlike REST, which uses text-based formats like JSON, gRPC uses binary data, making communication faster and lighter. gRPC is commonly used for service-to-service communication inside large systems where performance and low latency are critical. Server-sent events, or SSE, allow servers to push updates to clients in one direction. The client opens a connection and listens, while the server continuously sends updates. This is useful for live notifications, dashboards, or activity feeds where the client only needs updates but doesn't need to send messages back. Event-driven architecture, often called EDA, focuses on events rather than direct requests. Instead of one service calling another, a service publishes an event and other services react to it. This creates loosely coupled systems that scale well. EDA is commonly used in large platforms where actions like user registration or order creation trigger multiple independent processes. AMQP is a messaging protocol designed for reliable communication between systems. Messages are sent to queues and delivered to consumers asynchronously. This ensures messages are not lost even if a system goes down temporarily. AMQP is widely used in enterprise systems for background processing and integration between services. MQTT is a lightweight messaging protocol designed for low-bandwidth environments. It is commonly used in IoT systems where devices have limited power and connectivity. Sensors, smart home devices, and industrial equipment often use MQTT to send small messages efficiently. Finally, EDI is used for structured data exchange between businesses. It allows companies to exchange documents like invoices, purchase orders, and shipping details electronically in a standardized format. EDI has been around for decades and is still heavily used in supply chains, retail, and logistics systems. When you look at all of these together, you realize APIs are not one single thing. They are different communication patterns designed to solve different problems. The key is not choosing the most popular API, but choosing the right one for the job.